Everybody, happy Tuesday. You may not recognize this shirt in any of my videos. It is brand new. Orange Slices here, rocking the Power T. As always, got this from good old Mark Nelson Denim downtown. They got a Tennessee collection. Highly recommend y'all go check that out. So a few things that I want to talk about, and I'm actually just now leaving the house. So I know I said 5, and I had this wrote down. I got some good notes to talk about today. But I'm actually going to go ahead and start with a bonus one. So let's talk about some things that I didn't know getting into real estate. Nobody will know getting into real estate. This takes years to really learn. I guess you'd call it, how to play the game, right? Some of the crazy truths and reality behind being a real estate agent that you don't see on social media, that you don't know. As I always like to share this stuff with you. People are always looking. They want triggered. This had a friend message me this morning. Thinking about getting into real estate, was asking, where to sign up for classes and stuff like that. So that's kind of what triggered me to make this video. None of these are in any particular order, but I want to start out with a bonus one. So technically, I guess you would call it 6 things. Got a call yesterday. So we are the official Open Door team now for East Tennessee. It's a new program that they're doing, an Open Door nationwide company. They present cash offers to sellers. So we are now going out to the home, doing their assessments for them, so they can provide a cash offer for you, also giving people the ability to list it. And this program is only about 2 weeks old, and it's been a really, really cool program for us to be a part of. I think we're going to grow, and with this program, I think it'll be really, really awesome for our team. But in doing so, right, when you're running leads, so different people reaching out to you to buy or sell, whatever it may be, you will get, no call, no show up. People say they're going to be there and not be there, wasting time. And I just went to this house, literally talked to the lady yesterday, had the whole appointment set up for 10 o'clock this morning. I get there, I'm knocking on the doors, just casually. No answer. I call, straight to voicemail, I text, nothing. So I gave it like 15 minutes, and leave it. No big deal. Doesn't hurt my feelings at all. This happens. This is a part of real estate. You're going to go out to meet people, and they're going to cancel on you, or not even cancel on you, but not show up, right? So there's one that you don't really know. So we usually always reach out just to verify that. I did not do best practice this morning. I thought it was fine because I talked to her yesterday, and yeah, this is a good learning lesson because I hadn't been stood up in I don't know, several months, I felt like. So this humbled me back down. So I should have absolutely reached out this morning and verified that, but that's my own fault. Luckily, it was just an Oak Ridge, so not a super far drive. So let's talk about the 5 things. In real estate, right, it is sales. And anything you do in sales, you need leads. So leads are people that are potentially, for real estate purposes, they're thinking about buying or selling. So all of our partners, right, we have a bunch of awesome partners, really the biggest names in real estate. We are on their referral programs, which for the most part is all invite only, selective. You can't just go on and just like be part of this program. We are now a large team, almost 20 people in total, and we cover such a large area. Our stats and numbers, right, have given us this opportunity to be partners with the biggest brands as far as leads go: Zillow, Realtor.com, Redfin, Open Door, Dave Ramsey. I could kind of keep going on there. So we have the biggest partnerships. So we run a lot of leads. I really have not, I would say, argued like ran leads in other than here or there, the last 2 years. It's pretty much, I really work with just friends, family, my sphere, give them my time, because I just don't really have time to do that. Again, just have a tremendous amount and all thankful for that, of people referring me and mentioning my name and tagging me, and so I reach out to those people and always willing to help. So I don't necessarily have the time to take the random phone calls like I used to when I was starting out in real estate, but my team does, right? We mainly only hire brand new agents. I have never had success with hiring seasoned agents with experience. It's always ended poorly or bad or whatever it is. And so brand new agents, they typically have no book of business. They have really no sphere. Sometimes they're not even from here. They just moved here, whatever it is. But when we train them and teach them, all they know is our methods, and our processes and our systems of what we do, how we want to help people. We're so like anti-sales and making sure people get the right situation, right house. How do we negotiate for them to get them, the best possible deal? But when we're running leads, what a lot of people don't realize in real estate is you'll see me post and it says pending. Oh, great. And it looks so easy. Oh, you go out, you just met them at the house and they buy the house. Yeah, it is nothing like that. I can promise you that. To the point where the data, if you are a successful agent, right? And I'm not lying this is the true data. Successful agents close 5% of what we would just call raw leads. So that means they inquire in Zillow, Zillow connects them with us, they inquire in Redfin, Redfin connects them with us, right? 5% of those people, if you close that, you are considered a successful agent. Obviously, we have agents on our team that are way higher than that. And for the most part, all of our agents are kind of around that number. But that is the metric not set by us. This isn't my metric. This is set by our vendor partners, right? This is set by Redfin. This is set by Zillow. This is their numbers, basically looking across the country. What is kind of what we call a good close rate and 5%. So let's think about that for a second. You have to take 100 phone calls. That's 100 connections. You have to talk to somebody on the phone just for basically, and if you are decent at it, to close 5 contracts. So think of that. So you're talking to 100 of them. Data is going to say you're probably going to should be able to meet somewhere between 70 and 80 of them. So now you're going to go out, you're going to meet 70 to 80 people, right? 30-minute drive, hour-minute drive there. You're coming back, you're meeting with them, you're talking to them, right? And then from there, you're going to find that, a good chunk of those people are not going to be able to buy a home financially. They can't get pre-approved. You may not have hit it off with them. They may not like you. So you're gonna find that all of a sudden, we call it the second date, right? So how many people is going to come back for a second date? You might find 30 people come back for that kind of second date. And then what you're going to find is, of those people, half of them may never come back again. They may show up, but again, whatever reason, they decided not to buy, the job change didn't happen, they can't find a home, and you're showing these people, 5, 10, 15, 25 homes. Some of these people you're going to work with for 6 months and nothing is ever going to happen. They're never at the closing table. You've got 50 to 100 hours in working with these people. Nothing happens. Some of these people are going to get under contract. It's going to fall through an inspection. Some of these people are going to get pre-approved for $200,000, and the homes that are in $200,000 don't fit their needs. So you know what? They're going to say, hey, we just can't find what we're looking for. We're just going to rent. So you have all those scenarios. So think of all that time, energy, and effort you as an agent have to put in. 100 connections to get the 5 closings, and that is considered good. Really successful agents are probably somewhere between 8 and 12%, but that's usually seasoned. You've probably been in the industry 3 to 5 years or more, and you got a ton of experience. You're able to kind of explain things to them quicker, understand them quicker, help them get in communication with lenders quicker, all that good stuff. So you really get a return on your time back very quickly because of experience. And a lot of things experience. We have I think is a great training program. But there's just certain things we can't teach, which is experience and being in the situation there. So it just comes with time as real estate agents. So that's something that I think nobody really understands is you need to basically take and all of our leads are inbound, right? So this is people connect us. We don't cold call. We don't door knock. We don't do any of that crap. This is literally people saying, hey, I want to have a question on 123 Smith Street. Hey, I want to see 123 Smith Street. Those are people that get connected with us. 5%, good. Number 2, boy, this is something that's a big one to me, and you just would have never guessed it. I remember being in real estate, and I was like, oh, yeah, I don't care who your lender is, title company, it's all the same. It is so not all the same. As a good agent, you need great lender partners, great title partners, great insurance partners, great inspector partners, great vendor partners. You need all this. And you need to know like who sucks, who's good, who's great, who's honest, who lies. And it takes years years to weed through all that, because it takes so many contracts and understanding and all that to find like the good people in there, because the good people are hard to come by because they're busy. They have those relationships with, you know, everybody else. You need that. That has done so much for our success. In my opinion, we have the best of the best lender partners. We have the best of the best title partners, best of the best inspector partners, best of the best insurance partners, which is now myself. And you know what? I tell people all the time, because of just how the game of insurance is played, I say, hey, you need to go to this company. I don't have them. This company's going to better serve you based on your situation. We're not here to sell you, but if I can get you insurance. So I'm still sending you in the right direction. Vendors, right? Vendors are so key, right, in inspections. Having good contractors that can do everything and anything for the home, but that is going out there and doing what's right on behalf of the buyer, right? So they're not going out there on behalf of you, the agent, to make a deal work and say, oh, there's no problem. Of course, unless there isn't. But also at the same time, they're not a sales rep going out and trying to scare somebody to death in order to try to get them to pay $15,000 of stuff that's really only a $3,000 touch-up repair, or it may not even need repairs at all. So you have to distinguish the difference between deal killers and sales reps versus actually people that are good people, they're affordable, they do great, honest work. That's the thing, is do great, honest work. You can't be out here referring vendors who do shitty work. They don't show up, they overcharge, they take people's money and run. You will talk about killing your reputation. That will do it. So again, lenders, title, insurance, inspectors, vendors, all those partners are huge for any real estate agent, making sure you have the best of the best. I can tell you, I have several amazing vendors. I have an HVAC guy that is going to be 25% cheaper than anybody you have. And he's done a ton of work for me personally on all of our rentals, and a ton of work for clients, and saved them bukus on it. Next one. When I first got into real estate, I was and started doing a little bit of business. I was shocked by this one. I'm just going to say, right, this doesn't apply to everybody, but some of your older agents, been in the industry a long time, successful agents. I'm on a billboard, but I kind of use this, right? People that have commercials and billboards and all this. I will tell you, the majority of the time, and not all of them, right? I know some great agents that are on billboards and do commercials and do a lot of marketing, advertising similar to us, and that are fantastic to work with. Some of the greatest people. I would let them be my real estate agent, no problem. But also, there's a lot of them that are shit. They are shady as it gets. They don't answer the phone. They double dip you. They cut yourself out. They don't present your offers. And real estate is, how do you know this, right? How do you prove this without filing a complaint, going to the board? Now you're pissing them off even more. So now future, if you want to do any deals with them, they damn sure are not going to want to do any deals with you, and they're going to be overprotective to ensure they tell their client, hey, here's an offer. This agent, you don't want to do this, even though they're the shitty one and not you. Boy, you got to play the game. Networking in this industry with other agents can be the difference between you getting your offer accepted and not getting your offer accepted. I have won several contracts that were multiple offers because of my relationship with the other agent. They've worked with me before. They knew how easy I am. They knew how I educate my people. We make things super easy on all sides, right? Our goal is to get everybody, in a good situation and get to the closing table. They know that about me. Whereas some of these other people, right, they're out here to screw people. They don't get you paperwork on time. You have to harass them, haggle them. They're out here breaching contracts, but even breaching contracts, even though it's a legal contract, somebody can sue somebody. It's still so annoying to try to sue somebody and get earnest money back and all this mess. They don't educate their people on inspection. Their people are asking for a ridiculous amount of inspection stuff, right? There's all those things that go into networking in real estate is so crucial to ensure you have great relationships with other agents. And I can tell you that is the difference between your client winning an offer in multiple offer situation and not, is your agent's reputation. It's a big one. I would have never have guessed that. 4. This one's kind of, this one hits home to, I would bet, a lot of agents. Strangers. Completely stranger. I'm going out here to meet you. You don't know me. I don't know you. Will trust you before your own friends and family. Your own friends and family will usually not give you a whole lot of real estate business or trust you near as much as what strangers do, which is crazy, right? I have friends and family, even with the success that I've had, even recent years, not used me to buy or sell. Completely fine. I don't ever message them. They don't know that I know. They don't know I pay attention. You know what? It doesn't hurt my feelings. I just hope they didn't get screwed. But not a lot of agents have that same attitude. Some people do get pissed off. I have for sure helped people buy or sell when I knew they're some of their best, either best friends, really good friends, or family was also agents. So it comes all the way around is what I'll say, right? So don't get mad over that, especially when you're new and starting out. Odds are your friends and family, or at least, have worked with agents, or there's other agents that have a little bit more experience and reputation that may choose them. Don't get mad at them for it, right? Don't get mad at it for it. Eventually, you just keep doing your thing. These strangers will trust you. Keep building your business, and eventually the family will come back around. And then now, I would say a good portion of my friends and family will use me, for their buying and selling needs. But that is a shocker that your own friends and your family usually will not use you starting out in this industry. Last one. This is something that I talk to my team agents all the time. Full transparency, I've closed, several deals over $1 million. I don't like doing high-end deals. I don't like doing high-end deals because the clients usually do not appreciate me. They try to bully you. They feel like they got to be screwing the other side in order to get the deal to go through. I end up usually negotiating and giving back a huge chunk of my commission over some stupid repair to the point where it's like me closing a regular deal just to get it to close, because it's not worth it for me to try to keep on and try to like milk the money or anything like that. Just get people to the closing table. High-end clients usually will never refer you to anybody else. Of all the deals that I've closed, I'm just going to say above 800,000. I've had one, and it was actually one of my most recent big deals. I've had one client refer me to somebody else. Other than that, all what I would say is your higher tier clients, never hear from them again. They never left me a review. They never tagged me on Facebook. They never share friends and family over to reach out to me. Nothing like that. This is what I tell my team. I would rather have 10 buyers at $200,000, which is $2 million in real estate. I would rather help 10 buyers at that price point close all that. It's a lot of time, energy, and effort than one $2 million buyer. And there's probably going to be a lot of agents like, that's stupid. I could go out here and that's so much less time, and you make, whatever it is, 40, 50 grand off that one deal, whereas now I got to do, how many showings is to get all 10 of those people under contract? How many negotiations, right? Nope. I don't see it like that. Those 10 people, right, and I talked about leads, right? The goal of any real estate agent is not to continuously run leads year in and year out. The goal for any real estate agent, I gotta go over here, should be to build up, to get referrals and friends and family, and to build that way your sphere of influence to where people are constantly trying to send you business, do business with you because of your reputation, your reviews, right? That is a much easier return on your time versus going out and again taking 100 phone calls to close 5 deals. And whenever I say that, those people that you help that are your first time buyers, your everyday people, those people appreciate you so much. They appreciate your time. They say thank you so much. They even say, hey, I'm so sorry to bug you. And I'll tell them, you're never bugging, brother. This is my job. But they appreciate you so much. They will tag you in every Facebook post. They will share your stuff. They are the best people when it comes to actually, if you're wanting to build a real estate business long-term, the best people to help. All the time, I would say probably even the last year or two, if I've just like overflow, got connected to some higher end buyers, I send them out to our team and I let them handle it. I'm kind of, I don't know, it kind of like hearing myself say it, like it sounds like a prude, but I just don't have time for people who don't really appreciate my time. And for the most part, your higher end people don't, and you got to play the game with them. I don't have time to play the game. I'd rather help people who appreciate me, and give them my time. I don't care how much money I make. Again, in my opinion, I'm going to make more money long term off helping those everyday people anyways, versus the people I'm never going to hear from again, right? I'm just going to call like rich people. They're going to network with other people, wherever they live at, their jobs, whatever. They're going to find another real estate agent just in passing that's going to be a new coworker's wife who becomes their best friend, who she's an agent. They're going to use them next time. Whereas these people that you're helping, right, and I even call them like $15,000 land deals, $50,000 land deals, $150,000 fixer-uppers, right? These calls that none of these other agents are willing to take and pick up, we go out and we run them. And we treat those people exactly the same as what we would, no matter what the price point is. And we take care of them. We answer all their questions. And they really appreciate that. And that comes back to us so much more in our businesses now. Every 10 of those people, if we do what we're supposed to be doing, now we'll refer to you 10 different people of their friends and family versus just the one that at least from my experience. And there's agents that call it the luxury market. There's agents that is their niche. That is not my niche. We run into several deals over $1 million every year, but it is nothing that we go after. It's nothing that we seek. It's nothing we market to. It's nothing that we advertise to. I kind of wear a polo and some golf shorts every day, but I'm not dressing up. I drive a freaking Toyota Camry hybrid. I'm not pulling up in a G-Wagon, Range Rover, Mercedes. Oh, I thought that person was going to hit me for a second. I'm not pulling up there. I'm not smoozing. I'm not I'm not, going out and giving fluff to people, and letting them kind of bully and walk all over you just for a payday. That is not me. I don't have time for that. So, that's something people know is the high-end clientele, those big deals. I can tell you, it usually ends up paying me the same as a regular deal because I'm having to cut commission just to make it work because you got two millionaires arguing over $10,000 of a repair. One of them is probably being unreasonable, and I'm like, you know what? Hey, screw this. Here, just take $10,000 off. Let's close this and move on. And you know what? For the most part, none of them ever appreciate it. None of them ever say thank you. I just do it and get to the closing table and move on. So I hope that some of this was probably shocking to you. This is the truth. But as always, if you ever have questions about real estate, I'm always happy to help and answer. See you.